assume that. I do give like gifts because I'm thoughtful about a person most of the time. And it's like, I think this will look good on them or whatever the case is. But somebody could still be holding on thinking that that's my love language. But because we never revisited the conversation, and you know, with my husband and I, we got that long history, and then we got a gap. And then when we got back together, he like, you still the same, you know? So he's still giving me slack, or good or bad, from something from when I was 17. And it's like, yeah, no. So it's really like, it triggered like I said, people where, and not that you need their validation or should care, but it's hard not to when they're close people where you want to say, you don't see the growth. I do.
I think that is the hardest part. And I think that's something I warn people of. And so we started to learn this lesson some years ago. And so, you know, Sophia and I have been labeled historically with having bad attitudes, right?
I've been given flat out just mean. We're mean, standoffish, stuck up, like hard body core stuff. That sometimes I was able to own, and then sometimes it was like, I got that shit just because I wasn't happy-go-lucky, like, hey.
Right. And I remember some years ago, we got to the point and we were like, we're not fucking, we're not going into this new year hoping to get better attitudes, because at the end of the day, somebody's always going to remember that I cussed them out, or that I didn't go along with the thing that they wanted me to go along with, or whatever. And so if those people don't see my growth, it doesn't matter. It's about what I see.
Exactly.
And I warn people who I work with of that all the time. Like, everybody's not going to see your growth.
You want to go and fly off into the winds. Like, I'm in therapy and I'm elevating so high, and somebody's going to shoot you down with a bow and arrow.
People will always remind you of who they saw you be 10 years ago, 10 minutes ago, or whatever.
And who they still want you to be,
is.
because for some reason that benefits them in some weird way.
Yes.
But on the flip side, not even on the flip side, but what we always acknowledge is when it is those intimate people, we get that it does sting. It does sting where it's like, you the most intimate person with me, my spouse. You not seeing this?
Yeah.
Like, how come you still saying something or referencing? My husband will say I did something, and I'm like, shit, when I did that? And not that I have elevated where it's like I don't remember, but no, I want him to say that was 3 years ago or 5 years ago. I wanted him to say that so you could say, if you don't get the fuck out of my face on November, whatever, telling me some shit I did then, like, that's not fair, you know? So that was it for me. I played that one twice. Like,
okay, I feel you. I'm glad you shared that.
Yeah. That was good. My husband don't really listen to our show, so he's not gonna hear that. But you know, I already told him. I said, you should listen to this song because this is what I feel about you sometimes.
So as we journey through the relationships, the last song for me is Closure. I fucking hate the word closure.
So do I.
I don't believe in it.
Yep.
I don't know what it is. That's all I have here is, what the fuck is closure? And even in listening to the song Summer, I still don't know what it is you want out of this. And
because what she said is every time she went back for closure, they end up fucking around.
That's usually what happens. I just need some closure. What the fuck is closure? No, you have more questions.
Yeah.
Go get your questions answered and then decide if you're going to fuck with them again.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. That's the key right there. Is you have these questions, but you are already anticipating the answer. So even when it's answered, you still are not happy seeking something else. That is the most bugged out part that particularly women will do. Like, I just want to know just why. He says why, and it's like, no, what else? No, he said it. Because again, men and women are different, right? So a man doesn't need this thesis of why this didn't work. Yeah, I just grew out of it. A woman is like, no fucking way. Else. It's something else. Was it somebody? Did your mother say something? Did this person? You start fucking with your baby mother again? Like, because that's what happens with us. Because again, that interlocking thing, everything is tied in and interlooped with us. So if we have a reason, many times, there's always exceptions, right? But many times it's like, 4 years ago, I already kind of mentally checked out after you wasn't there when I lost this person, and I never been able to regroup from that. And I still kept pushing. And that guy is like, what? All of that? And his is just like, I just didn't want to be in a relationship no more. So you go with the questions, get the answer, and still say, no, I know it's more. So now you're seeking a deeper level of closure. No, closure is a within thing. Solely alone.
So I am
from
here.
My perspective.
I'm with you on that. I don't know what people believe closure to be. I am, in my greatness, I am one of those people who, there's very few people, and honestly, I feel like I've been blessed as it pertains to relationships.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more about this. I know we're at the end, but please tell me more about these blessings in these relationships. Please tell me, because I don't know. Tell me.
So I really don't know. Back. If we go back, I will say, in the moment, it felt like severe detriment, possibly, right?
Of course.
Or it was like, fuck that. But I can't say that I've endured severe pain in all relationships, right?
All or none?
All.
Okay.
All. Yes.
Well, I don't think Summer has.
My thing is this. I have a conclusion for Summer. Summer is not over it.
No.
She says Summer's not over it, period.
Yeah. But
hit us up, Summer.
Yeah.
Hit us up.
Definitely.
Hit us up. We can help. At realtherapist@gmail.com.
All right, very good.
We are here for you, Summer. So anyway,
you've been blessed with relationships.
I've been blessed because I am not in a space where anybody I've dealt with, I'm like, I fucking hate you.
Okay, got you.
Right? I don't feel that way. And so there's a few instances I will never fuck with that person again, ever. Like, that's stamped, signed, sealed, and when I say it, that's it, right?
Okay.
But then there are other circumstances where it's like, and so I was talking to somebody, and somebody was basically like, once they make a decision and say, oh, well, it didn't work out, it's like, oh, get over them. You tried. It don't matter. And I'm like, that's not usually how I exit. Mm-hmm. That's not how I exit, right? And I don't exit that way because I don't believe in closure, and there's no such thing. And I think that relationships, sometimes they're just they halt, right? I do believe in the divine. If something is supposed to be, it's gonna be. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think I need to put into the atmosphere, oh, never again. I'm not the definite person, right? And
even though you said there's some people that you would never fuck with again.
Yeah, they just was mistakes.
Oh, okay.
I ain't saying no names, right?
I hope not.
I can if I want to,
yes,
though.
It's your experience. You're right.
Right?
You can, so fuck it if you feel like it.
Nah.
Exactly.
So
I tell ya, she is not tough. Let her said that, I would have been like, Eric, Sean, Lamont, you can't stop the rain.
No, but I do. I feel like sometimes when we have experienced pain, we want to shut the curtain and we never want to open it again. And that's what a lot of people think closure is being okay with shutting the curtain. No, you shut the curtain and you make peace with if it's going to open back up or not. And that to me, that's the only place to go. And the uncomfortable part for a lot of people is that they don't know when and if it's going to open back up.
Right. And I guess it's really wordplay, right? Because I do believe in closure. I just think that I don't believe in it in the way that it is portrayed to go down. Mm-hmm. Like, we're going to have this meetup and I'm going to ask 5 questions and you're going to give me, again, this dissertation about why you hurt me, and you're going to say sorry, and I'm going to walk away and I'm going to feel healed. I don't think it happens that way.
Yeah.
So what happens is it's really an internal process, right? Which is how usually one day you kind of wake up and you're like, oh my God, my chest don't feel as tight. My heart doesn't feel as blocked. That is the process of closure. So that's the thing with me. I feel like closure exists, but I feel like it's a process.
Gotcha.
It's not a one sitting, meeting, one stop shop kind of thing. It's a ongoing. So even from the time that you said, I'm closing this curtain or I'm ending this, you start the process of closure, of even saying how you showed up. What did this look like? Because you could sit here and call every friend and tell them what the other person did, but you can't leave you. You've left that person. Cool. But you still got to be able to look at you so that whatever is next for you, if it's 6 months, a year, next month, you don't kind of create that same thing. Because if you didn't get the lesson in that relationship, you will get it again.
Yeah.
You're going to keep getting it until you get it. So it's like, if anything, it's like, shit, let me see what I could have done differently just so I could know how to move. How was I not honoring myself? It could just be basic stuff, not, oh yeah, you're right, I was lying, I was cheating. No, I didn't honor myself by speaking up of something that I know I felt. I know that I wanted a relationship, and I kind of played talking or dating for a year. Like, just little things like that helps you get to that place of closure. And then forgiveness. Forgiveness is the closure. Forgiving yourself for how you felt like you did or didn't show up, and forgiving the person. And again, we constantly said from our last episode, forgiveness doesn't mean that you got to be with them again or even talk to them. But forgiving them is just letting them off the hook so that you can heal.
Yes.
So that you could just have that sense of freedom. So closure is really a freedom that no one else can give you but you and whoever you're connected to on a higher level. But it's not about anybody else. It's a one-man show, like truly.
I like that.
But I have had my heart broken, and it was like why? Like, I thought we were gonna do this forever. And it didn't. And because I'm so, or can be at times, so rigid, like, you know, you experience this differentness. And it didn't work for us. So it was a broken heart. But then, you know what I always tell people, that your heart could be broken even when you ended something. I can't think of this Jagged Edge song, but it's in my head where, again, people assume that if you were the one that was dumped, that's how you're brokenhearted. You could be the one that ended it and still feel brokenhearted. Like, this is different now. We don't have what we had, what we been, try to create. So it doesn't have to be some heinous situation,
dramatic,
exactly,
fallout type of thing.
3 baby mothers coming to fight you, or
it
don't have to be that. Just ending things could just evoke grief that could cause pain, and then there is closure.
Okay. So, we have relationship talks are very intense. Like when every time people talk about relationships, it's like, it's so many different aspects.
It's so many. And
it's very hard to hone in on one thing. But I seen a lot of it in this album, which is why I wanted us to kind of, dissect it and, talk about it. I think there were a lot of takeaways. And I think just what you just said was a perfect takeaway and ending, in that at some point you got to forgive yourself. You have to forgive the other person. Once you stand in that, I think it's easier to make decisions on how you want to move forward. And then whatever aura you create from that it may be closure, it may be peace, it may be joy. Yep. Who knows what it is, but
you don't have to make it the word closure. That's why I said it's that wordplay. You could call it whatever you want.
Exactly.
We'll come up with a definition for you.
Yeah, we'll hit that up. But so my closing to this is: be specific about what you want. State and restate what you want. And you may have to restate it again.
You may.
And when you are at peace that you have shown up in a way that you wanted to show up for this relationship, then you can decide how you want to move forward, whether that's closure, whether that's severing the relationship, whether
creating
that's
boundaries at your own expense, or however you want that to look.
Whether it's trying again and again and whatever that looks like for you. It's your decision. Own it. Stand into it, regardless if there's pain on the other side.
Good.
So until next time.
Yeah. Follow us on Instagram at Real Therapist.
We got some new merch dropping soon. Be on the lookout.
Yeah, and you guys got to get it quick because
It's
some
going
people
fast.
were a little frustrated that it went in 3 days, but we set that intention that we will not have an item past Sunday, and that's exactly what we created. So, guys, don't say anything mean to us. Just get on it fast.
Thanks a lot.
Take care.
Peace.